Hello and welcome back to the Tapping into Abundant Success podcast. Today I am joined with the fabulous and amazing Emily Moon. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
It's so wonderful to have you here. So I'm going to ask you to do your intro today because as much as I love your enchanted magic, I really feel that your voice needs to be heard in this moment. So I'm going to let Emily introduce herself to you because she is just absolutely amazing.
Oh, bless you. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Moon, and my background is in opera. I think that's just important to say as a baseline. And I help entrepreneurs and spiritually led women and men to come into alignment with their full soul path and their full soul potential. And I do that through soul ascension. And I do that through quickly getting to the root of where energy is stuck. I can feel it in a person's body map. I can remove it quickly. And I can do it in groups. And we go into the karmic patterns that no longer serve someone so that they can fully live in their dharma. And then on top of that, I'm also an activator through the voice, through the sung voice. And sorry for the plane outside.
That's okay.
As an activator, I can help activate the frequency of where you're going towards. So I can release and activate. And the process continuously means rapid changes for someone in their life and what they open up. That's me.
Amazing. So I met Emily a few weeks ago in the HNC Summer Conference. And the HNC Summer Conference started with Emily walking on the stage, doing soul activations through her opera singing voice in the 5D world, which I had never seen before. And I was completely blown away because that's not the type of thing you get at business conferences, right? But this is the kind of thing I absolutely love. So I knew Emily needed to come into my world. So from that point, Emily has just been an absolute pinnacle of the spiritual world for a very long time, and her activations are exceptionally powerful, and she has her own modalities and she has her own portals and everything else, so you have to go and check her out. But the reason I've brought Emily onto the podcast today is something a little bit more important, and that is because Emily is joining us in the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Business Growth Summit 2023. Emily is going to be joining me to open the event. So once I've got you all grounded, once I've got you all the intention settings and we reshaped your chakras and got them back into alignment, Emily's going to activate your soul purpose. But I've brought Emily onto the podcast to share a little bit of that magic with you. So Emily, what are you going to be sharing within that session to help activate the soul purpose? Don't give too much away, mind you, just a little bit. Like a little bit of mystery.
I never fully know ahead. I completely let it be guided by the moment. But I will always say it is a space of quickly cracking open the energy space. It is a space of going right to the heart of you. Like there's no covering, there's no hiding. It's why are we here? What are we here for? If we can quickly go into that space, absolute magic comes. So I will be helping everyone to go immediately into their soul self and activating that. I don't know exactly how it will unfold, but I know that it will be a becoming, a re-entering, a stepping back into your fullness of who you are. And that which is the absolute, like, I just saw like a red carpet flow out so that you can walk down that red carpet and be your divine self without the, life things that inevitably will come at us sometimes. And the other thing to say is that it will be a little bit uniquely different because it will be some of my clearing work too. So I'm going to be doing some tuning into what is like some very common patterns that we're holding that are ready to shift for us to be in our soul purpose and not to be kind of, again, like sidestepping or gosh, the amount of people I see that are like avoiding really being in their power. Like it's going to allow us to go right to it. So it's going to be a grand entrance is what it's going to be.
It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I just can't wait to dive in. So Emily's going to be sharing this with magical concept with us 11 o'clock BST, Monday, the 10th of July. If you haven't registered for the summit yet, go and get yourself involved. So Emily, I'm just going to step away from the summit for a moment and we're just going to ask you a few extra questions about abundance, actually.
Oh,
So
great subject.
yeah, this podcast was set up to teach spiritual entrepreneurs. It was originally women in business, but as I've evolved, so has my niche. And it's about teaching spiritual entrepreneurs to utilize their gifts to tap into abundant success, which is readily available for them. They just forget that it's there. So I'd love for you to share just a moment in time for yourself when you went through that moment of feeling like you couldn't have abundance, and then that stepping into, yes, I fucking can.
Oh yeah. Lots to say on this, so you just tell me if I'm talking too long.
Just a
I,
snippet. What was the initial starting point for you that when the flip of the switch moment?
I think it's the difference in the energy between closed and expanded, and seeing it like really quite trapped versus very open and pulling yourself up. And I would say, in terms of karmic patterns, there's one that always I will never forget is the big change that made me go from like 2K months to my first time making 8K months. And then I went on to 20, 44, and now it fluctuates between like 15 and 44. And that big moment was failed self-provider, and the karmic pattern loop of myself being a provider versus somebody else being a provider for me, which maybe as a lot of entrepreneurs, I don't know if that we think about that, but again, my background was in opera, so I really had a like deep-seated belief that I had no idea I had, that somebody else was supposed to give me the money, and that I myself didn't want to make money, or that making money was a negative act. But when I actually switched that and took my power with it and really made it about like, I enjoy it and how can it be from a space from my soul, and opened up that expansion, that's when I first started to see a big change in my income, which was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I totally hear you. And I love how you have touched base there slightly with the difference between going through employment to being self-employed, because I find that a lot, well, I think every single entrepreneur at some point in their journey has gone, I can't make money. So the fact that you have shared your journey there is really, really magical. And it's something that I love to teach too. So I'm so pleased that you've mentioned that. It's actually one of my core missions at the moment, is to help raise the wealth bar of spiritual entrepreneurs, because you have untapped gifts. So once you unleash them and you allow yourself to do what you did, Emily, lift yourself up, expand out of the trapped mindset, and just connect with infinite possibilities. Doesn't always seem like an easy option, but when you'll finally do the work to be there, it's just magic, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally. It just expands and it grows, and then there's like, it just keeps going. There's just like no stopping, and then before you know it, everything's just evolved, and it's like your whole world just changes. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I do like to keep my podcast quite short, sweet, powerful, and go with a punch. So what I'm going to do, Emily, is I'm going to ask you two more questions to round up today.
All right.
One, if you had a tip that you could give someone for their soul purpose activation to help them tap into more abundance, what one tip would that be?
Oh God, do I have to pick one?
Yeah, just the one. What's your
Be,
favorite? Your
be open,
favorite one?
be open to it looking different to how you think it has to look.
Yes.
That one, because maybe your soul gifts are actually a little bit outside the comfort zone right now. Maybe they're kind of tucked away and hidden. Maybe there's things you haven't even considered doing yet that actually would bring in your most aligned abundance, not just money, but money that feels freaking great. Be open to it looking different than how you think it must be, and being willing to make the changes in your life for that to really flourish.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love how you've mentioned that. That is actually something I come across on a daily basis with spiritual entrepreneurs. It's all very well saying what you want, but you have to be ready for it. So that's an amazing tip. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, one more question for you.
Sure.
In this world of spiritual entrepreneurship, we get caught up in all kinds of different directions. Okay. But to make it really, really simple and really, really easy, what would your one wish be for a spiritual entrepreneur to expand and grow? What would the wish be in that context?
Oh God. This is what came through. Stop hiding.
Yay.
Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. We need you to go in. We need you to be seen. I feel that my purpose right now and everything I'm doing coming up and the next big offering I have and everything is so to get the leaders to wake up. We need you. We need you. Not just we, not a small circle. The whole globe needs you. The people that you meet that you might not know really, are affected by you. They are affected by you. We need you. So stop hiding. And that also means stop hiding from the self. Ooh. Yeah, that's my tip.
Yeah, brilliant. That's an amazing wish to have for someone, to stop hiding, but more importantly, stop hiding from yourself. Yes. And I can totally put my hands up here. I have totally been that person that's been hidden from myself for a very long time. And then I went, poof, no more, that's it. Magic's out there. Who gives a fuck? Let's just be who we are and enjoy life, because you only get one shot at it. So may as well make it worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
So that is a wrap up for today. Emily, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here, and I love the magic that you're sharing with the world. You are just a pinnacle of light, and if there ever is a word to describe Emily, it's definitely through enchantment.
Oh, thanks, babe.
No worries. So for those of you that are watching and listening, go get yourself registered, go sign up for the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Business Growth Summit 2023. And if you miss it, don't worry, you'll be able to get the bundle too. So on that note, thank you, Emily. Thank you, everyone. I hope you've taken something magical away with you today and you all have a magnificent week. Lots of love.